Okay, today we'll be doing the forward send and go with food. So if your dog isn't big on toys, then you can use food. It just is a little bit more work on the handler's part. So I'm going to show you some options that you can use. I prefer to do this with just a regular bowl that I can drop the food in and they can see it. Obviously, I have to keep them from getting it till I tell them. So either you have to hold on to your dog or you have to have a good impulse control for leaving it. But the reason I like this is because it is an immediate reward when they go, and they are rewarded completely away from you. It has nothing to do with you. Um, so if you just have a bowl, that would be good. You can use toys that have where you can put food in them. I wanted to show you this one because this is an option that you can use, and then they will eventually learn to kind of tug on these as they're trying to get the food out. You can kind of grab it and tug, and it kind of encourages them to start playing with toys. You need something you can throw, so a lotus ball is actually really good, which I couldn't find mine, but it's just a ball that opens up like a lotus flower. You put the treats in, you can throw that, and they can open that up themselves, and that's really good. Because again, the idea is that the reward comes away from you and doesn't really have much to do with you. So you don't really want them coming back to you for a reward. The other option is also a treat and train, which I love and which is what I use most because it's a remote control. You can push the button when they're ready to get the treat. It can be away from you, but it also keeps them from getting the food when they're not supposed to, because unless you push the button, it's not going to dispense the treats. So these are really good. Good investment if you are training alone a lot. These will come in super handy. For me, I like to use something like this, the Stella and Chewy's meal mixers. For these, my dogs love them. The only time they get them is when they are training. They come in pretty big chunks. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll get a little closer. So they come in pretty big chunks, so it's easy. Just drop one in. They don't need a lot. And also, if you're going to throw them on the ground, they can see them. They are very light though, so in the wind or you can't throw them far. It's more of a dropping kind of thing. So we are going to get started. I'm going to show you up close for a minute just so you can see. So with the bowl, it will be right in front of your dog. As you're holding on to them, you just drop the treat and then you release it and say go, just like if it was a toy, and then you just keep moving this bowl farther away. So I'm going to start with the bowl, and then when it gets kind of farther away where it's a pain for me to walk back and forth, I'm going to switch to the treat and train. If you don't have a treat and train, you can continue to use the bowl. You just remember they have to leave it, so you need to hold on to them, or so this is where those tabs are good, so you have something to hold on to, or they need impulse control to leave it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Yay, good job. Okay, so that was without handler movement, so the handler standing still. And just like with the toys, I progressed through the distances very quickly just to show you. But remember, you never move the reward farther away from you until they are very strong on it close. So it starts very close and then it starts moving. And you want to get it about 25, 30 feet away from you is your goal. Um, you probably noticed because I have random toys laying around my yard. There were times that she was running to the treat and train that she got sidetracked by toys because she is much more toy motivated than food. And you might find the opposite if your dog is food motivated and you try to use toys. So it's important that they kind of learn to train with both. They will have one that they prefer, um, and you want to use that when you're teaching them something new. So whatever if you have a foodie or a toy drive, whenever you start this, use what they really love. Don't you want to spend time teaching them the other option separate so that they learn to like both, but you always use what they love when you are teaching them something new. Okay?